Wheat field. I feel like I'm 5 and my mother just slathered a whole bunch of Vaseline on my face. What up, y'all? It's Wheat. I don't know why we couldn't hit the bell. Then maybe they didn't want us to. No. Nervous? Why? I don't know. Why are we nervous today? Are we afraid of something? No. Just a lot of energy. Yeah, a lot of energy. I hope you guys are having a great day. This your girl Roxy. Here it is in Week to Roll Show, where you shown up, never know what you're gonna get, beloved. The Rising Message, January 27, or is it the 26? I think it's the 26. That's good. It is the 26th. January 26th. That is today's date, beloved. We had some slow start. We had some slow start. I don't know what's going on with the brain. It's just not up yet or something. Thank you to the Alpha and the Omega for coming in and bringing a message. We spent most of the rising looks listening to affirmations, which was pretty cool. You know, we slept to them. Affirmations, you know, to help you reprogram your subconscious is what they say. So that's what we did. Hey, Sun Sis. Oh, snow day. Yeah. Great day. So glad we didn't drive through the blizzard to go pick up Blessing, and then they told us it was a snow day. So it was like, goodness. But hopefully the roads are clear enough for us to drive and go get her today. So, I don't know. I don't know. I kind of get the feeling that the spirit just wants us to. I almost feel like, you know how you feel like a drawback in which you want to say like what we're thinking as Lati, the spirit is not really allowing it to come out. I just feel like they want to say, yeah, how many inches did we get? Oh man, I don't know total, but we had to snowplow at least 3 times yesterday just to keep it manageable. It was coming down as fast as you can get it up. I think total, it had to be about 7 or 8 inches because the snow is meeting the back porch. So like where the back porch is, we walk out the back door, and the snow from the ground is like right here to the top. This is the porch, and the snow is like right there. It's crazy. I take a picture of it and put it up. It's a lot of fucking snow. It was coming down. Oh my goodness, in buckets. It really was like, okay, this is the last year that I really want to do this. I really don't want to do this no more. I really don't. Anybody that knows me knows that I never had any intention of moving back anywhere near my hometown. I just didn't. When we left Michigan, we were like, we are not moving back. We didn't visit for years, but we definitely said we were not moving back. We loved the Southwest. We loved Phoenix. And then when we went to California, we was like, oh, this is even more beautiful because you can fucking breathe in the summertime, right? You can go to the beach, and there's so many beaches. We spent one summer just traveling up and down the coast, just going to different beaches. Every couple of miles is a different beach. So we were like, let's just go visit all the beaches. So Blessing and my son, they were visiting California that summer, and that's what we did. We just went up the coast and visit all the beaches. So it was so super fun. It didn't end a great time. Like if I didn't have to leave California, I probably didn't truly have to. But it was just difficult. No, it wouldn't have. I don't know why we decided. We left because my ex-husband is a fucking narcissist and he's crazy. I feared for my life, basically, and I wanted to be somewhere where I felt like he couldn't get to me. And it still didn't make me feel safe. And that's kind of going into what, I was hearing. It's something about fear, right? The energy of fear. And I heard something today that said, make a list of fear. It's something about making a list of fear or list it out and kind of go through what it is that you fear and turn it into a positive affirmation. And but the thing is that I never know if I'm safe or if I'm not because I don't know where he is. He literally disappeared during the trial of our divorce, and I have not seen or heard from him since. I have no idea where he is. I don't know if he knows where I am. I don't know. I sometimes I feel like he knows I'm in Michigan, right? But I don't know. He doesn't know exactly where I stay, right? And we even looked at like so many things like why do you guys not have these common sense policies in place to protect people? Because certain shit should just not be public knowledge. You shouldn't be able to look up, certain stuff because you never know who's doing what. So we'll come off of that because, again, like I said, I get nervous. I never know who's listening to what. I don't know if any of his people have found the channel. People that I work with, like all of a sudden, oh my gosh, I came across this. Is this you? And we don't use our government name or nothing like that. So it's like, you never know who sees what. So, for a long time, for the first year, y'all never saw the front of my cap. It was always turned around the other way. It was out of fear. I didn't even want. He knows I'm from Detroit, and just because I get on a Detroit hat doesn't mean that I'm near the city of Detroit. But it's just that my fear made me feel like that, almost to the sense of like, again, like y'all don't know, military. He's got friends everywhere. I don't know what he has done, pictures, photos. Look, my mind can go, right? Because I've heard him talk about other people, so I know his capacity for how he thinks. And I've seen this man give some of the most evil, like when you see a person look at you in such a way where you be like, this motherfucker don't like me. I am married to somebody that I know doesn't like me. Like, that shit was scary. It was really scary. And look, don't play around with it. When I tell y'all, I wanted to be as far away from that man as I could possibly get. So we went from California to New York, from one coast all the way to the other fucking coast. Okay? Like, and even then, we didn't know where the fuck he was. He just disappeared. After that, he disappeared. And now we don't know where he is. So thank y'all so much for joining. Make a list of your fear, and because what you want is on the other side of the fear. If you can't face the fear, then it's going to be very difficult to get your prayers answered. And we actually have to face that fear. We have to finish doing certain things that we have not been able to do because we don't know where the fuck he is. So now it's like, okay, what do we need to do? I need a lawyer. I need these people to help me work my way through the final stages of this process because I don't know how to do it by myself because I don't know where he is. So we are working through that. And it was for a long time, I couldn't even look at the paperwork. I couldn't even, oh, yeah. But we're stronger than that. And we just had to go through everything, and we're having a redress. And before you know it, I'm rereading testimony, and it's building up and bringing up these emotions. And I had to bring myself out of it. Like, don't sit here and reread all of these words. Don't sit here and allow yourself to relive these situations because you feel it and the body does not know that it's not happening to you right now. So as we went through to get what we needed to gather up to do the next steps that we need to do, we had to remind ourselves that we're safe, we're in the present, and that we were strong enough to handle what we needed to handle. So, yeah, make a list of your fears. What is it that you feel like you can't do, or why? What are you afraid of? And then make a positive affirmation. Turn it into a positive. Right? So take it from fear and move it into faith. Can you take it from fear and move it to faith? So that's what we're doing. Like faith that we're going to get through this. We're okay. We're already on the other side of it. Like Omega said, I got you covered. This is done. It's all wrapped up. you're good to move on with the rest of your life. And that's where we stand. So let's get some messages from our ancestors. Thank you guys so much for tapping into the Tears and We Tarot show. You show enough, never know what you come get. It's been 10 minutes, 10:10 right now. But we just really getting into it, right? It can start slow like that old school Crisco. And it is testimonial, right? Testimony to tarot. You never know how your testimony will help somebody else, which is why we tend to share ours when we're called to do so. Spirit has really been reminding us to stay behind them, like they know. So let them show you, let them guide you, let them speak through you, for you. Yeah, pass down gifts is coming through. I do appreciate that situation because even though I knew I was, different, quirky, I had a knowingness, a thing. I never put a finger on it and called it what it really was until I went through that situation with my ex. He actually helped me identify some things. Like I don't know. I don't want to go too far into it, but he definitely helped me identify some things. It was the relationship that I committed suicide in. Yeah. It was the last one. It was the last straw at that time for me. I don't advocate for anybody to unalive themselves, but I have been very honest and very candid about my attempts to end my life several times. Grew up in a very toxic family. I mean, it wasn't as toxic that some people grew up in. I know there's worse. But my dad was a narcissist. I seen him very violent with my mom. He was drug addicted, alcoholism. With my mom was an alcoholic. It was just not a good scenario. From pedophilic and SA, and it was just so chaotic. You never know what was what on any given day. Some days it's kosher and some days it's cool. Mom could have a drink and everything would be great and she'll be loving and fun and kind, and then she can have a drink and then it could be like all hell could break loose. So you just didn't know, right? So it's very unstable in a sense. It was like stable but unstable at the same time. So you really just didn't know what was going to happen. But so many things that did happen, like I took several attempts, like by the 5th attempt, so number 5, we were successful, and yeah, so we had to be resurrected from that. As you can see, we are still here, but it was that experience of being on the other side that released that fear. Honestly, I'm not advocating anybody to unalive themselves so that they can not be afraid to be transitioned, but I'm saying that since we had that experience, we're not afraid to transition, right? It really did help us really understand our passed down gifts. Like after that, we still felt different. Like we didn't understand, how we see time. It's a reel of film, and I can see phases of time. How I can meet a person and know that I know them. That have premonition and foresight. And premonition and foresight is one of those crazy things. Like when you know things before they happen, and then you see it play out. You like. So when I saw it, and I looked at him, and he was in. Spirit, I literally, the first time I felt clairtangency, I was laying on the couch with this man and he was arguing, just picking. You know how narcs get. If you're not paying them no attention, I'm getting ready to leave the next day. He just started picking a fight. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna just come downstairs, gather all my stuff, and sleep on the couch. And he just kept picking. The last time he came over and I looked up and this man was standing over me in such a way, and I was like, I felt this cold chill, and I laid back down. I was like, we just let us sleep through the morning. Just don't say anything to him. He'll eventually get tired and get disinterested, and he'll go find something else to do, And I heard the spirit. I felt like them tap me on my shoulder like this 3 times. Boom, boom, boom. And I heard, get up right now and leave. As soon as I felt that and I heard get up, I immediately sat up. I yelled out this safe word to Blessing, right? Because when you're in those situations, it's a safe word to let them know, like, shit is going down, let's get out of here. So I yelled out the safe word. We had never used it, so she didn't remember what the fuck I was talking about, and that pissed me off. So I'm like, get your shit, let's go. And you could see his eyes was like all buck wild and weird and like just the again the look that this it was something about his eyes. It was something about his eyes. When I tell y'all, you could look in his face and be like, this shit is not safe. Like when you get that chill through your system, bitch, get the fuck out of here. And that's when my spirit said, I left in house shoes. We just grabbed some, like, look, it was a good thing that our bags was right here by the couch. Just grabbed them, slipped on my house shoes, and we got the fuck on. And I'm telling you, this man was in the garage doing some weird shit, like laughing and pointing and all that stuff. Like, what are you doing? Are you just being mental to make us scared, to run us the fuck up out of here? Like, what is the deal? Yeah. Look, oh my God. And he was scared. Look, my dad is still, like, when I was little, I was so afraid of that man. I'm telling you, I can't think of a lot of days where I did not feel fear. If I wasn't afraid at home, I was afraid at school. I was bullied, when I was a youngster. And I was thinking about this in the shower. Like, why do I feel like, sometimes so uptight and so like this and on guard and like, you know, because I was so bullied as a kid. It didn't matter what I did. No matter what I did, what I wore, what I said, somebody was going to find fault in something, and they had no problems with publicly humiliating you. You think about children and what they go through in terms of bullying, it's public humiliation. It is out front in front of the other kids, and they make you humiliated for fun. And I experienced that all the way through like 9th, 10th grade in high school. I remember you all know I have my hoodies on. Usually I don't have a shirt on up underneath my hoodie. I've been doing this since kids, right? Teenage. Standing in the middle of a science class or by the door, we're getting ready to leave out, and this guy just walks up and zips my fucking sweater down, and I don't have a shirt on up underneath it, and here I am humiliated in front of all these kids, and it's like he's like, oh shit, I thought you had a shirt on. Well, why the fuck would you reach over and just unzip my shit? I'm not fucking with you or nobody anyway. It was not a fun time. It was not. When I say people who usually have like a spiritual gift and something that's passed down through their family, through their lineage, like this, just little blue star, blue flame, you know what I mean? Different, right? I will say the eyes, because my mama used to always say something like, you got bedroom eyes or something like that, which is weird as fuck to me to say. Like, from like, even my uncle would say that, you have bedroom eyes. Why the fuck would you say that to a kid? That's weird. People don't know that. They don't understand. But when you grow up in a family where pedophilia and SA is so rampant, it's hard to have a good grasp on what's healthy communication to a child and what's not. You know? I grew up with hearing, you're the ugly duckling, you're the odd duckling. Well, I'm looking at my motherfucking face, it looked the same to me. I never felt ugly. It just felt like people just didn't agree with what I see. I see a beautiful person like, shit, I thought I was the shit. Let me get a fresh press down back in the day, go in the bathroom, put my little part on the side, my little ponytail. You couldn't tell me shit, and then go outside in the world, rip you apart because you don't fit their definition of beautiful. So it took a lot to grow up and to face not only what I felt about self, thank you so much, I appreciate it. I love my beanies, right? But it took a lot to grow up and to embrace self, right? Especially to feel beautiful and to feel confident when you're still looking at the same face that everybody said wasn't beautiful. It'd be hard to believe them when it be like, oh, you're such a beautiful person. You have such beautiful eyes. They just sparkle, this, that, and the other. And I'd be like, what the fuck do you want from me? Right? And that's what I'll be thinking. What's your motive? You coming for something? That's what I'll be thinking. We gotta work through that. We are work in progress, y'all. I'm serious. Anywho. But going through all of that, it did. I realized that these are gifts. Like, you can sense people's feelings and you feel that because you're empathic. You know things before they happen because you have foresight and you have premonitions. Like, you do have telepathy where you can, like, how is it that I'm saying or talking about a person or writing their name and then they call me? Like, am I calling things in my life? Do I have the ability to attract them? When I focus on something and I really put my energy into it, like I can feel it deeply in my heart, somehow or another it just kind of makes its way on into me. I could look at something and be like, oh, that's interesting. I want to do that. I want to be like that. Yeah, okay. And then I just do it. And we figure it out a way to navigate a pathway into that, right? And now I feel like we're moving into the sweet spot. Like, okay, we're still not exactly the fullness person that we see ourselves becoming, our higher self. We've been talking about this, but we're ready. We're ready to do the things. We're ready to accept it. We're ready to face the fears. We're ready to move past them to get to all the things that we know that we can have. It's already been laid out for us because we've already seen them. And we've been through this so many times in this life cycle. Like when the Most High God showed us that vision that's it can come, it's going to be, and then we get in alignment and behind them and we let them move us forward. We're behind them and we're just like they just pushing us through all the challenges. We always get to it, we do it, we hit it, and it's like, now I understand, now I get it, I'm ready. We're ready to do the things. So thank you for activating me in the gifts and helping me to understand it. The blue star energy is here. I feel blue flame energy. It could be, I don't know if the blue star is a star system, but I feel blue flame. It always gives me blue flame. And we just talked about the blue flame and how it burns very efficient, right? It makes the best use of its energy. And it is something with those eyes, baby. Not just that, these two eyes that could see, but I don't know, somebody may have very beautiful eyes or something like that. So it could be that. I'm telling you, and it's like, you know how they say, into the eyes are the windows to the soul. Like you could see into a person when you, I'm telling you, that man had, when I looked in his face and I looked at his eyes and the look that he gave me, I was like, oh, bitch, it's time for you to go. This man do not like you. And he already been saying that he don't want to have divorce number 3. So what the fuck is he gonna do to you in this bitch? Because he do not want to get divorced, and you know it. I had to get the fuck out of there. Baby. Thank you so much, sister. I appreciate you. Thank you. Oh my God. The rule of 13. Oh my gosh. You were only 4 pounds. I was, what was it? 3 pounds and 2 ounces. Or 2 pounds and 3 ounces, whichever way. Right? I was born a preemie. Get that. Wow. Oh my gosh, she is. That's crazy. And they don't know what that does to a person. Especially like when you grow, because confidence is a skill. People think that it's just something that you're born with. It's not. Confidence is something that you're taught to have. And if you grow up with, you know, situations or people who are constantly invalidating you, you know, especially when it comes from mom. When my mom told me the ugly duckling story, I just looked at her like, wow, you think I'm ugly too? That was the most hurtful shit I think she ever said to me. And she done said some shit. She was a police officer, not for real, but she'll pull your ass over and read you your motherfucking rights in a minute. Whatever she thought you needed to be read, oh, she would read you to filth, okay? Tear your ass to pieces, okay? So when she said that, I was like, damn, that I'm coming to you so you can make me feel better. You can tell me that what I see in the mirror, what I feel in my heart, that I'm beautiful, is real. She like, oh, well, baby, it is an ugly day. I'm like, shit. Mama said, so it must be true. But I still couldn't believe it because it was something about how I saw myself. I just didn't feel like that. It took a long time for them to really be in me that I was not conventionally pretty. And then it was like, okay, well, shit. So stability is coming through. The angel number 444. We see 6666, great blessing, and 1144, high fives. Spirit want us to take this 999 that's out, the lessons that were learned, because they would not let us shuffle this little side together at all. And isn't that such a body paradigm? It's like body dysmorphia. When you, like I was just saying, my oldest daughter, not my youngest, that blessing, but my oldest daughter, she was very small. She was 5'7" when she was born. She was 5 pounds and 2 ounces when she came home, and she slipped down into 4 pounds at home. So much she kept losing weight, so they were gonna put her back in the hospital. We had to change her bottles. We had to change her formula, like all kind of stuff. She's a very sensitive spirit, very sensitive individual. But she's always been tiny. Always been tiny. I think maybe by the time she was 1.5 or something like that, she got a little bit of baby chubbiness. But everybody kept saying, oh, she's going to pick up weight. Babies always pick up weight. She never did. She only got a little bit of chubbiness, and that was it. And that was as big as she ever got. And then, so through life, she always got that skinny mini, get teased because she was small. Now she's like 140 pounds, and she's 5'9", pretty much just like I am. And at 135, 140, at 5'9", you're still thin. But shit, to her, she feels fat because she's never had that much weight. So she does have to constantly reaffirm that she's not fat because she's just bigger than what she's normally used to carrying, right? Another, like we always talk about it, like I didn't have the body type, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we had to figure that out. I was titties and legs, you know what I'm saying? Shit, when we would go out, our girlfriends and stuff, I was always in high heels or, booty cheeks out, legs out, tank top, because, I was young. I was in my, you was in your motherfucking stage, like, shit, bitch, we 18, 19, not 20 on this motherfucker, we having a great time. But I could never fit any of my friends' clothes. We could never swap. We could never do none of that shit. I was always put in a position to figure me out. I was uniquely positioned to stand out on my own and figure out how to be strong enough to do it. These legs was what I had. They had to be strong so I could stand on my own. And that's what life has taught me. Like these passed down gifts, because I have them, I had to be taught very early how to stand on my own, how to face adversity, even public humiliation. I see how that worked for me. I'm on a public platform. People say whatever the fuck they want to say. I'm sure it's people who say, of course we get called all the ugly words, right? The demon and the devil and the witch and all of this shit. But people will say other stuff. They'll come here. Is she transgender? Your voice is heavy. You sound like a man. This, that, and the other. Like, I have been strengthened where those things, they don't get to my heart. They don't hurt me. My skin is, I've been built in such a way to do what I was supposed to do at the end of the day. Right. We see abundance. I'm getting self-care. That was in my lap in reverse. We see empowerment and divine guidance. They're showing me the divine guidance and they're showing me empowerment. 765 adaptability, 789 self-care, 999 completion, and we had the 9999, and we see transformation, 555. Anything else on this side? No. Do you want to keep all these? No. Take this one. Take this one. Take this one. Anything else? No. We put them backwards. So let's put them in the right way. Anything else you want to take off the table? Nope. Yeah, 1717, drama alert. Drama alert. Drama alert is another thing. I picked this up. I don't know why it came in so random today. I was thinking about a situation with family members. They had fallen out. And I was thinking to myself about the person, because one of them, she's like my uncle's girlfriend. She had a girlfriend, right? But like they met when they were like 15 and 16 or something like that years old. And you know, my aunt, she used to care for me because I was just a baby at that time. And then she had, her and my uncle had my cousin, and we're a year apart. And my mom and my uncle's girlfriend, they became like sisters, right? Like okay, so here I am at this great age, and her and my uncle just broke up for the last time recently, last year. So off and on, right? They separated, she got married, was separated for like 20 fucking years, and then got back together. High school sweethearts back again. But it's always been turbulent, up and down type of shit. Well, this last time, you know, I was like, she said something to me personally that I was like, oh, I'm done with that. I'm done with that. And it was when a person tells you, I told her, I love you. They were into it. I'm not going to come in between whatever they're into. I'm just supporting my uncle. He's not going to be out on the fucking streets. I don't care what y'all going through. You're not just going to kick him out and don't give him none of his shit, none of his clothes, none of his medicine, none of his possessions. Right? So I'm bringing the police with me to help exchange peacefully. And I'm telling you, I'm doing it. I'm not just going to show up to your shit with the fucking police. I'm telling you. If y'all want to be on that rah-rah shit and say he can't get nothing, we bring in the police. He's going to get his stuff because he at least need his fucking medicine. Right? My uncle, y'all seen him when we got the news when he came in and told us all that he was cancer-free. Okay? So, look, my shit. You got the wrong fucking person if you think he's gonna be out and I'm not gonna support him. I don't give a fuck what y'all got going on, okay? So this auntie in particular has gone through where none of her kids is fucking talking to her. I'm still talking to you. I'm still encouraging. The same thing that we do here. We feel, y'all know I'm an inspiring, motivating person, prayerful. Your fears, put the faith on it. You fear that you're not going to talk to your kids no more. You fear that they're not going to forgive you. You fear that things cannot come back together into wholeness. And we practice in faith for over a year. We talking through this. And then her children start coming back around and we celebrate that together. Yes, we knew the Most High God was going to heal it. We knew it was going to be a reconciliation. We claimed it a year and a half ago and now we're sitting in the day. Right? I want to move. I want a bigger house. I want this, that, yeah. It's coming. It's coming, auntie. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. We're going to claim it now. She got the place. Oh, look, it had been sitting almost like it was waiting for us. Congratulations. We knew it was coming. So a person like me, you got a cheerleader on your fucking side, and now here it is. That's not the kind of love I need. You motherfucking right. You motherfucking right. It's not the kind of love you need. You don't need somebody that's going to big you up and cheer for you and pray with you and help lift you up, to come through and support you and give you the little incidentals just to make your life a little bit easier, a little bit calmer during that time. Even if whenever I come through, I'm bringing some shit, whether I'm quitting smoking at the time, in and out. When I have a drink, I might have a cigarette. If I go over there to her house, I'm going to bring some wine. I'm going to buy a pack of cigarettes. I'm going to buy because I'm going to smoke a few with her and I'm going to leave the pack with her. Because I'm not the real smoker, she is. I'm going to just buy it because I know if I'm sitting up there and she smoke one or she don't got, I might smell it, I might smoke one. Whatever, that's just what we was doing. But I'm going to leave the shit over there with you. You got a person in your life that do shit and never ask for nothing. If anything, I'm going to just get a plate. Just feed me. You know what I'm saying? Shit, T, what you cooking? You got some shit over there? Oh, you made some greens? I want some greens and some cornbread and some macaroni and cheese and some fried chicken. You know what I'm saying? I'm good. We chilling. She told me because my uncle can't get his motherfucking medicine and y'all out here acting a whole goddamn clown, tearing the neighborhood up, getting everybody looking like what the fuck, embarrassing as shit. knowing you wrong as hell, and then tell me, that ain't the kind of love I need. Well, you right. You need the love of your sister that treats you like shit. That don't help you do a motherfucking thing, that don't encourage you, don't call you. That's the kind of love you need. You need the people that's gonna come over there and tear your motherfucking household up. That's the kind of love you need. You don't need nobody that's gonna support you and lift you up. Why? Because you don't appreciate that shit. You need somebody that's gonna fuck your shit up until you get angry, and then you'll do something different. Now, in our family, you see, I said her and my uncle being in and out. They was divorced for 20 years. She was still my auntie. I would still go over there and spend the night over her house and everything. Because once we became family, we family. It doesn't matter. And it's something about our family where if you come in, you are accepted. Exes, all that shit, be sitting up there chilling with the new wife because that bitch been family. You just got here. I'm just saying, she been. Just because they broke up doesn't mean that we not family. It is what it is. Okay? So I said to myself, and I don't know why I came out like that this day. I'm thinking about this shit in the shower, a spiritual shower today, putting on my lotion and everything. My spirit says she is no longer a part of our family. I think she would have been the first person in the history of our family to get kicked out the family. We don't do that. You have been excluded. You got to get your ass the fuck out. Right? Your ass been kicked out. Diamond in the rough. See, all the shit we've been talking about, random seems like, right? But what do diamonds go through? They go through the pressure. They go through pressure. And it's going to be systematically applied from family, peers, friends, relationships, jobs, all of it. You're going to go through it. If you are a person with these gifts, why? Because you need to be able to face your fears. You need to have your skin thickened. You need to be tempered. You need to be made ready, beloved. That's what Spirit said. Shit, you an outranker. You talking about a diamond in the rough and an outranker, outranking. You have no competition. The only competition is yourself. I feel like me, the only thing I wanted to do was just be better and better and better, just to become a better version of who I am, a better version of who I am. Faster, more effective, more efficient, this blue star, blue flame energy. Like, how do you burn so efficient, right? It's not wasteful. It's doing what it needs to be done. Fully combusted, fully lit, all of it. And I see transformation, 555. We see divine guidance, 000. We see lessons learned, 9999. Completion, 999. And it's up to you, 1010. It's up to you. It really is. It's time to put those long cherished ideas into action. You will soon come into contact with the appropriate individuals, circumstances, and resources. Eventually, you will experience joy as well as a brand new opportunity. Trust the process. See, it was the process of tempering, of being tempered. I feel like you want something in here. Yes? Which one? It's the process of being tempered. Yeah. Oh, look, ambrosia. It's like a sweet salad mix. Like, everybody doesn't like ambrosia salad. They be like, all the pineapples and coconuts and cherries and walnuts and all this shit that's in here, that's too much. It's too different. It's a different mix. Yeah, it is. And not everybody likes it. Not everybody likes it. They just don't. Smile. That's a good thing, because you are not for everybody. She says people don't realize how many people would love just to have someone to support them and encourage them and love on them. Absolutely. And we talked, and that was one of the things that made what she said to me so hurtful. I was like, wow, you know. And I don't know how bad it hurt. I was just like really shocked and taken aback. Like I said, you only got one motherfucking time to tell me you don't appreciate what the fuck I'm giving, and then you be, look, you don't need it. You don't need it. That's not the love you need. Good. I'm not giving it. and haven't spoke to her since that fucking day. Will not. No. Why? You don't need that. You told me you don't need that. You don't need that. I'm gone. I'm not giving it. For what? What? So I could waste it? Absolutely not. Shit. Find somebody else to do it. Cooperation. It won't be me. Find somebody else to do that shit. It will not be me, beloved. And when you find yourself sitting there by yourself, then that might be exactly where you need to be so that you can figure that shit out. How to not fuck over the people that's supporting of you, that's lifting you up, that care about you, that check on you. You know what I'm saying? People always be talking about the strong friend needs somebody to check on them. Yeah, they do. But what happens when you checking on a person and they don't appreciate it? They don't need to be checked on. Shit. That's my opinion. That's just me. Look, y'all could think differently. No, check on them anyway because they don't know what they're meaning and they don't know what they're saying. You grown as fuck and you are responsible for your healing. And that's real shit. And you don't get to fuck over people because you sitting up there in a situation or you think like a certain type of way. Whatever the fuck that is going on, I don't need you. No, you don't get, no. Oh, no. I don't need that. Copy that. It is what it is. You ain't got but once to tell me to get the fuck on. You ain't got but one time to make me feel like I'm not welcome, even if I'm invited. You could be invited. That don't mean you're welcome. Oh, come on through. You know you invited. Come on through. No, bitch, you didn't fucking invite me from the start. I wasn't included. I was not a thought. I'm an afterthought. I'm one of them things that you saying that with the invite because I'm sitting here in front of your face. You ain't got to do that shit because you get there and you don't feel welcome even though you was invited. It's a difference. Cooperation. Your goal can benefit from surrounding yourself with like-minded people. Ashe. Sister was saying like it's something when you got somebody that's going to uplift you and support you and to cheer with you, to pray with you, to help you through those moments. Shit. That's a gift. That's something to cherish. That's something to treat right, to do right by. And if you find yourself giving your love and your energy and support to people who don't appreciate it, who don't value it, don't squander it. Don't cast your pearls in front of swine, beloved. That's what the spirit said. This one. They said don't cast your pearls in front of swine. Don't do it. Give it to those who you know appreciate. You want to see that? Magician is coming through in the fire. They said they didn't want to see it, but they fucking turned it over. Y'all think that? That fire is coming through. Ooh, shit. The violin. Magician. This is the year of the magician. And the magician been showing itself. Magician been showing out The Conjuring, not the scary movie. It could be, though. It could be. Because some people do conjure up negativity. They conjure up negative energy. Like, that's what they pull up out of themselves. They pull up the hatred. They pull up the bitterness. They pull up the sadness. They pull up... I don't know why I'm getting some very putrid type of feelings. Like, if something feels putrid, it smells rotten. Like something that we would describe as demonic. You know, like rotten egg or spoiled type of energy. But, you know, us in this space, we get called all kinds of names, and we said that from the beginning. Like, if you are a magician with these passed down gifts, obviously you have eyes, you can see, right? You got the spiritual sight, you got the shine. You know, we always talk about that. It's people in the families, every family got somebody in their family that got the shine. They got the gift, right? And if you happen to be, you know, a person with the gift, then you know that you already done been through the shit. We was talking about the Beloved special, and I went by her page yesterday, and she was saying that, you know, they had diagnosed her with schizophrenia. And I'm repeating it because it's on her channel. I'm not saying anything that she did not publicly announce. But we were getting that feeling. We said that, oh, beloved, if you go in there and you start to tell them about your clear audience, you start to tell them about your telepathy, you start to tell them about clear tangency where you can feel the spirit physically. Like everything that's in this book, right here, you go to an MD and you start talking to this about this, they're going to diagnose you with some shit. And that's what she's going through. And it's crazy that even in 2026, that our medical profession does not consider this. Even though they know that psychics exist. There's no way that they will be like, oh, let's send you to this special division, right? And be like, let's see, oh, is she schizophrenic or does she have psychic abilities? Right? There's no way for them to discern that, and they don't have a mechanism to do it. So you go in there and you start saying that you are having experiences, they will put your ass in a jacket, which is fucked up. Because if you come from a family where you don't feel like you can get that love and support, if they don't understand it or they don't talk about it, right, then how do you get help? Shit, mother. And we talked about mother shit, right? So anybody that analyze these messages, it be sounding like we just talking about random shit. We just chit-chatting, but that's how we discovered the gift. Through everyday conversation. I would know what you're getting ready to say. Or I would say something that you were just getting ready to say. Damn, you just pulled that right out of my head. I'm using cards, our little makeshift, right? Just writing stuff Spirit tell us to write now. And then I'm flipping the cards, we having a conversation, and the cards is matching what we're saying. Now, if you were here when we talked about mother issues, and how that invalidation, even when they think they're validating you, but they're really not, they're invalidating or they're supporting a world purview that's hurtful to you. We said that. My mother told me the ugly duckling story, even though she was trying to validate me and say that one day I would grow up and be pretty. But how the fuck does that happen when I'm looking at my same fucking face for the last how many years? I didn't go get cosmetic surgery and change what the fuck I look like. I still see me. So if you told me I was ugly then shit, I look the same. Am I pretty yet? When did I get pretty? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's things that happen in that people don't understand. In the comments, you will see people saying the same thing. What did their mother validate in them? And how did that come across? How did it bother you in adulthood? It's a lot of people that carry mother wounds that don't address them, right? They just don't. Like masculine. Did your mother affirm you? What kind of love did she show you? Right? Did she show you the love that a mother to son, or did she make you into the little man of the household? Right? Were you allowed to be a kid, to be a boy? Right? And go through the stages that young boys grow up into manhood? Or did something happen where you had to all of a sudden be the man of the household, taking on responsibility before you were ready? That's the thing. Was she kind and nurturing and supportive and uplifting? Or was it something else where it caused struggle and chaos and conflict? A mother wound that could be present, right? If it's passed down gifts, those gifts could have came down your maternal lineage from you to a child. Musician is coming through. Definitely feel indigenous. So music could be significant. A magician through music, using sound. The sound could be your voice. It could be singing. It could be an instrument. You could be a person that marches to the rhythm of your own drum. I see the owl. I see wisdom. I see this little blue hummingbird that's coming in. So yeah, on the fruit is different. Flowers is different. I see pomegranates. So it's giving wisdom. Yeah. Look, caregiver energy, a healer. Somebody that is supportive. And we talked about that again, like in the comments. Like, how lucky are we to have people in our life that are cooperative, that are like-minded, and who will give you care and support when you need it? It's a lot of people that do have passed down gifts, and they have gone through a lot as they have been tempered, as they are mastering their flame, blue star energy, as they are learning to use their eyes, or just even manage what the fuck that you see. To manage what you see. You know, it's a difference. And I can understand how people struggle with dealing with what they see. Not just like the other things behind the veil, but if you were a person that sees transitions coming, like we said before, some people can see death. They have premonitions. They know what's coming next. Like again, if you were Alex from fucking Final Destination, and all of a sudden, for some reason, you get this premonition of some shit finna fucking happen, and you freak the fuck out. You get out and you see that shit happen, you be like, oh snap. And I'm not saying it's as dramatic and theatrical as a movie, obviously, but it's the principle of people who can see. Blessing is a dreamer. And she dreams, and sometimes the things that she dreams about happen, so it freaks her out when she dreams like, oh my God, I dreamed that I felt like this, something like this was getting ready to happen, and then it did. So if she goes to, I don't think she's ever spoken about that to her therapist, and she just knows not to say it, you know what I mean? Because she's been in therapy, Blessing is 17 now, so she's been in therapy for at least, I want to say 8 to 9 years. She started going consistently to therapy about age 8 or 9 or something like that. So she knows not to talk about it. For some reason, she just never have. You know what I'm saying? So what is it in you that lets you know, okay, this is not the environment. I don't trust this person to say that, oh my goodness, when I dream about certain things, they happen and then they scare me. You know what I'm saying? Like I see it in reality. Yeah, communication or a communicator. I wonder why she has never communicated that. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't she'll tell me, you know, but she knows that we're gifted, and she knows that it's safe for her to say it. But sometimes she doesn't say it because she feels like if she say it, it'll validate it. Like, I dreamt it, and then I said it, and then it happened. So she feels like she's the catalyst. And that's a heavy thing for a person to carry. If you see it, you dream it, you see it, you say it, and then it happens, it's like, oh shit, I seen it, but maybe if I didn't say anything, it wouldn't have happened. But then if you see it and you don't say shit and it happens anyway, you know that you're not the catalyst. It just is what it is. You just have the ability to see it before it happens. But that's something to carry. That's a weight on your shoulders to carry. I can't make it up. You just happen to know. You just happen to know. You just happen to know. So if these passed down gifts came down like through your maternal side, right, and you're this person in the family, how much have you had to deal with to become efficient? Blue star energy. How much have you seen, honestly, with your eyes? Like both, not just these two, but these two. How much have you seen? As you've been being tempered, I had to get this out the way. Diamond in the rough. You know, how much? And where can you go really to get support? But everything that you've gone through is making you a person that's like, is giving outranker. It's giving you the fucking shit. And it's like, damn, now that I kind of understand what this is, I'm ready. I'm ready to face it. I'm ready to do it. I've been tempered. I have even been forged by the fire. And it's something with music, because as y'all can see, right, musician came through. And on the fire, she's playing the violin. So it is something with music. I don't know if you need to listen to music, if you connect to music, if the sound of you is like music, and I'm hearing like music to my ears. So something that you're going to say, something that you're going to put out from a phonetic standpoint, I'm hearing sound point. So it is sound. It could be just the fact of you coming into alignment and getting into, you know, what it is you're supposed to be doing, saying, communicating, the sound that you put out, your resonance, the phonetics in the ether, that vibration is doing something. I don't know what it's doing, but it's doing something. And it's doing something to people who need it to be fucking done, is what I'm getting. It's something with the passion. And the crazy thing about this right here, you see how she's playing the violin? Like, a cousin and mine, we were recently talking when we went out of town to, you know, support bro when my sister-in-law transitioned. We were talking about hip-hop violin. And lo and behold, it started coming across my feed as a hip hop violin, and I shared it with her on Facebook. I was like, we was just talking about this, remember, right? And so it's kind of giving that, like the passion, right? Like how you can take something so classic and bring it up to date, right? You know what I mean? And put a whole nother spin on it. It's up to you. It's time to put those long cherished ideas into action. Are you a magician? Is it something that you're supposed to be saying, singing? Are you supposed to be putting out a certain frequency, a certain sound wave? Whatever it is going to be inspirational, is divinely guided, and is needed. Yeah, grandmother. I'm telling you, it's something coming down from your grandmother, from your lineage. And we see Grace. Hey, Grammy. I love my gram. Right? And look at the bird. And we talked about the bird, the hummingbird on the other tree, on the musician. Right? It's something that comes through your mother's lineage. Yes. And we do have indigenous roots, of course. You know, some of my family are indigenous to the Americas, and some of my family are, they did come over through the global slave trade, but transatlantic specifically, right? So, two different things about when they came to the Americas and the how, right? Indigenous Americans came here, either they were here because, before Pangea, the shit split, or they came over because there was exploration well before Columbus, right? We know that boats and sea travel existed like for fucking thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking years. So people traveled, people migrated. So our people did migrate here before the fucking slave trade, and people were also brought from injected in this land after the slave trade or during, because of, y'all know what the fuck I'm trying to say. I don't know why it's trying to come out. We came over before exploration, and they brought some of us as well involuntarily. Boom. That's what we were trying to get out. So we have a mix of both in our family. Yeah, plants. I don't know what plants is coming through. Somebody may need to eat a more plant-based diet, is what I heard. But it's giving seeding, right? And we've been talking about planting seeds of light, artisan, coaching, craftsmanship, and dancer. Yeah, it's giving, I don't know what you're supposed to be creating, but it is bringing something together. This is like cooperation. You guys will be building something, creating something, a mentor, a coach. I don't know if this is a pastor or loved one that also wants to help you and to coach you, to help you bring together. Whatever this is giving handcrafted. I'm getting hand-to-hand contact for something, like very hands-on. This is hands-on with the touch, right? This is very hands-on, handcrafted, hand-created, right? And it's like you need people who think like you to support you, to even coach you, to help you, to mentor you. People like Michelle Fernandez, Life Mantra Tarot, who's a life coach, spiritualist, a healer, somebody that understands that you got spiritual gifts and help you navigate the journey of them awakening, deepening, strengthening, how to become more effective and how more efficient. Like Coach Unique that's in the comments. You know what I mean? I feel that on you as well, she is like, just that coaching spirit, the ability to mentor, to help, to support. That is our purpose, is to help guide and help support as you go through this. We are warriors, right? Because the spaces for us truly don't exist. So if they don't exist, then how do we create them? How do we be that space that we know that we need? How do we do that for one another? Moon children, those who understand the ethereal, those who understand the hidden truth, those who could feel, the feelers, the healers, the empaths, right? Those who can tend to be underappreciated, those who people don't know they need until it's too late, till they're gone. Right? Hey, Melissa, thank you so much for tapping in. I appreciate y'all. We gonna wrap it up, but I just wanted to give you this great rising inspiration. That's what Spirit said. Yep, great rising inspiration. Somebody's clear audience is really about to come in. Is giving messages, straight from the AO, right? When you tap into the infinite all and come into the sentiment of wholeness and completeness, then you get your messages from the ethereal whole, the infinite intelligence. It's going to reveal those things onto you, and it could make you feel like, whoa, what am I getting? What am I hearing? And you gotta be careful about where you express that, because of course, not everybody's gonna get that. Somebody may need to go back and deal with mothering issues. I don't know how many generations it could go back, but we kind of talked about like certain things in the family. Yesterday, I think it was, or I think it was yesterday, but it was like, things that are very hurtful and harmful, like SA and pedophilia and stuff like that. My grandmother was affected by it. I'm sure her grandmother, her great grandmother, possibly too. And then my mother, all the way down to us. We are the generation that's changing it. Like, my children have never been affected by that. So we made a very conscious decision. My brother and I were just talking about this. How do we do things different? Our children won't experience the violence that we experienced in the household. They won't experience the same level of toxicity. They will not experience somebody violating them. We are promoting environments of safety, and safety on a number of levels, things that people don't necessarily think about. We are not just a generation of do it because I told you so. They need to understand. They need to even be able to express their emotions and feel like I'm considering their input, right? That I value what it is that they're saying and what they are going through, that I validate that in them. I teach them to be confident, because confidence is a skill. And if you are not teaching them to be confident, then the world will. And it's like what they face in the world, right? Look, we know. But sometimes the world can be kinder than it is at home. Sometimes you'll rather face the world alone than to stay at home. I've been there. The last shall be first, and the time is now. The time is now, right? Intercessor spirit, somebody to pray on your behalf, or maybe you are the intercessor. Maybe you pray on behalf of other people, like we were talking about with my auntie, praying on the behalf of her for her healing and their reconciliation. Had nothing to do with me, but it's just like, of course I'm going to pray with you. Of course I'm going to support you. Of course I'm going to uplift you, right? But when you tell me you don't need that, you ain't going to get that. And that's just that. Yeah, karma. Right? So what is my dharma? Because I'm going to pray and uplift you. And the worst thing that I would do is say that I'm just not going to connect to you. You don't want my energy? You don't need it. Goodbye. I'm going to split amicably. I'm going to leave you exactly where you at. Like, even when I left my ex-husband, even though I knew this man would rather see me dead than to divorce me, when I left, I still left him half of everything. I left him with more than half because I didn't have capacity to take it with me. I can't transport all this shit from fucking California to New York. So I left him 90% of it. Like, I just took what I need to reestablish. And I had to deal with it not having shit until it got to where it was coming. I mean, like 2-3 weeks without nothing, because it was still in transit. So now I'm in New York sleeping on fucking concrete floors until we got an air bed. You know what I mean? And just to make it till then. But he's comfortable with everything and still find a way to fuck me in the end anyway. But it's alright because karma always shows up. The people who think they first and that they getting over on you, no, shit always turns around, beloved. It always turns around. Shit always change. It always turns around. It does. This one too. Yeah, grounding 432. 432 is a great number. I don't know why. My auntie, one of my aunties, she passed in May. She transitioned. And she transitioned, I think it was at 4:32 a.m. If it wasn't 4:32, it was 4:23. And I've been seeing that number ever since then. So I feel like she's with me. And she is saying, act on your idea. There is something that you're supposed to be doing, and you're supposed to do it. 1717, beware of the drama. Yeah, manifest your dreams. As you manifest your dreams, beware of the drama. Right? Drama alert. As you manifest. Because when you start changing and doing the thing that you're supposed to be doing and getting in the right way, you will see all kind of drama-filled shit come out, Ashe. It may not necessarily be from the people, like the people that don't like you, you know they don't fucking like you. But them ones might turn around and be for you, which is weird. And then the people who you think like you and you think the ones that you think you have their support will be the ones that turn around and can't fucking stand you. Slow down is coming through. Pay attention to the people in your life, in your surroundings, and your physical health. Right? Just a warning to be careful. Right? It says, and be awake to avoid further issues. Communicate clearly and keep healthy boundaries. Like we were just saying, sometimes it be the people that you think is for you that end up not being for you. So pay attention. You start moving and acting on your ideas and getting into your purpose, especially if you are activating your gifts. You are the one in the family that the shine came through. Oh, everybody not gonna get it, and they not gonna like it. See, divine guidance, they brought that back out at 0, 0, 0. Sometimes you gotta give them 0, 0, 0. None. None? I mean none. How much 0? Who 0? Yep, 0. And be persistent. Be persistent. 12, 12, 3, 3, 6. Right? Shift, enthusiasm, gratitude, contentment, and new experiences. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When spirit washed. When spirit washed. Yeah. Oh, we gotta tell y'all the spiritual tea. Remember how last week we were picking up religious persecution? And we just kept reading and got to the point where we had to stop. Like, look, I know somebody be watching us here on the wheat field. They do not like how we say shit. Then the fact that we don't pray in any particular person's name. We just went through this. We had to stop and say, explain why we don't call a particular name. Why? Because, okay, whether you want to say Yosha, Isha, Ishanathi, Yehoshua, Yeshua, Jesus. Why is his name changing? That was always our question. Just saying. So seeing is that the person's name is supposed to be so significant and we don't know what their name is because they've been changing it in every fucking translation, then maybe we go back to the person or the entity that they prayed to. So when they went up into the mountains, y'all remember we just talked on this. When they went up into the mountains and they were praying to that which sent them to come into the plane to do a thing. Just like you were sent here to be an interceding spirit, right? To be an intercessor. You were sent here to do that. So just like them, they prayed to that which sent them, which is the beginning. The Alpha and the Omega is the ending. So when we pray everything in that which made all things, the beginning and the ending. Created all things, good and evil, according to what they say, right? Exactly. So, Miss Melissa, thank you so much. So when you are a person that studies, when you understand these things, I don't know the name to call, because it says, even if you study that theology, you shall not worship an image, a graven image, and it says male or female, okay? Any animal, any graven image, period. So we don't worship a person. We don't worship any name. We don't glorify any name, no name particularly. We send all praise and honor to that which cannot be named, which is the author of all things, the beginning and the ending, the Alpha and the Omega, the AL, as we call them. And depending on the ordering of things, because something could be ending, so something else could be beginning. So in that case, they say OA, the ending, and then the beginning. Because what ends shall begin again, right? It's infinity. Something about this divine guidance is just really coming through. You're receiving divine guidance and protection from the universe. Trust in the divine plan for your life. Somebody is an intercessor with passed down gifts that comes through their maternal lineage. You have experienced some very hard things in your life. You kicked in the door, like you slid into the bullshit. You did. And you've had to learn through life to thicken your skin to prepare you for the mission. Now, whether you act on this or not, I feel like your soul will continue to bug you until you do, because this is something specific that you came to do. Act on your idea. I do see a realistic and practical approach to receiving your goals, that things are going to happen in divine timing. Remain ambitious, and cooperation is coming through. And we saw the cooperation card in this deck, right? It said you will come into contact with other like-minded individuals who will support you. And the art of discipline is also coming through. Do you have enough discipline and stamina to make it through? And everything you've been through in your life has taught you persistency. If you persist, then you can achieve anything. And I believe if you look at your life, you will see the fruit and the evidence of it. So therefore, when you make your list of fears, beloved, you can change them into all affirmations of faith. How has this principle shown up in my life in the past, and how did we conquer it? How am I sitting in this space of victory despite anything that has come against me? Right? For greater that is within. That's what I'm getting. And though, karma is always working. This is the law. Karma is a law. It is not like some random saying people be saying like, oh, you gonna get your karma, you gonna get your shit. That's true, right? So it's always like you be the first to make sure you're managing your shit, because karma is indiscriminate. It's indiscriminate. She always whips back around. She always comes back around. She always comes for us. And that's what I'm seeing, like that final destination, like the last one, the bloodlines. Because whatever your gift is coming through your bloodline. From your grandmother down to your mother, down to you. Now, for somebody, it could have skipped your mother. It could skip a generation. But it's still in your maternal DNA. It's in your maternal RNA. Right, it's in the maternal, the alpha maternal RNA. It's there. So it can come down the line. It could skip a generation and hit you. So if this grandmother is not present, she's transitioned. Mother didn't get it. So she's not going to understand the child, beloved. What does that look like? How do you mother a gifted child when you have no idea what it is that they're experiencing? So, transition is here. I told you this grandmother is not here. She had already transitioned. That's what I'm getting. And the thing about it is that's crazy, because that's a part of our testimony. My grandmother, my maternal grandmother, passed when my mom was 9. So, I had not yet been born, and my grandmother was back to her whole state in the spirit, which means that me and my grandmother had a relationship in the spirit before I even got here. I have no idea what she told me, but I do know that she's with me. I do know that. She cooks with me. She shows me all kinds of things. She tells me what to do. Measurements and all that shit. You would be, yeah. Your grandmother named you? Wow. Wow. You're in a period of transition and change. Embrace new beginnings and trust in the process of transformation unfolding in your life. Definitely transformation. 3, 4, 5. Leveling up. Things going in the right direction. And I keep getting this slow down. Like, pay attention to the people in your life. Renewal is here. That breaks down to 17, 8, 90. It's still like a level up 8, 9, right? And then it's like star energy. 17, blue star energy, which is what they said in here. The blue star. Being renewed. I'm not for sure what else you come to do, but I do feel your interceding spirit. You can be a coach. You can be somebody that's supposed to connect to and help motivate, support, and pray on the behalf of, to help other people change their fears into faith. Like, how do you flip it? How do you change the energy? And for somebody, the spirit said you're ready. You're ready. You've been through the tempering, and you will still experience. It's not just going to be easy cakewalk from here on out. No, right? But I'm telling you, like, teacher, right? You're ready. It's something that you're supposed to be doing to share this knowledge. It definitely could be new in a way that's just different. Again, an inventor. What's missing that you're supposed to create? Even for us, again, the psychics, the healers, the feelers, the empaths, right? We don't necessarily have a space to go in order to feel supported without being put in a fucking straitjacket. I know that I am here. I know that I am sane, but I just experience everything else. And I just don't experience the same as those who don't. I have a different level of sensitivity. I can see beyond the veil. And that's what's special with saying, but instead of them having a space to acknowledge that and to support her through that, they did exactly what we just said, put her ass in a jacket. What came through your mother's lineage? They just slipped back on that. Yeah, lover is here. Oh, it feels cosmic. Don't that look beautiful? Oh my goodness. And actually, that's how I see my partner. It's the dark one. Right? When I think about being in love with a person, I can't see a person's face. I just feel the infinite, the infinity of it, like the spirit, the soul, the potential of it is what we get. Ooh, a hero to that warrior. Remember, y'all, we showed up as the warrior. Now look at the hero. What? Somebody that's just as courageous? Come on with this thing. There she is. Didn't we just say that? Look at the couple. Oh, look at this. And it's written in the stars. And you two, look, two of you could be doing it together, right? It could be, and it could be your Graham. Look at the gray hair to you, sitting there to help mentor and coach you. This could be you with the gray hair coaching somebody else, because the spirit gives you all of this wisdom. So it's giving like wise beyond your years. Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. That was just, woo, it did something to the spirit, y'all. We gotta wrap it up. We gotta go. But we gonna leave y'all with another affirmation. And just to let you know, face those fears. You're ready. The fear doesn't mean that you can't do it. Just because fear is present, make a list of them and turn them into faith positive affirmations that you can do it despite of. That's what makes you brave. It gives you that courage. Ooh, that fire coming through again. Oh, the fire. And it's like a peacekeeper, a peacemaker, being serene out there. Look, just giving hermit vibes, right? Look at that. Man, you are not afraid. Afraid of what? Afraid of who? When you know you are whole and complete, nothing broken and nothing missing, you just happen to be on Gaia having a human experience. Right? Life giver. Bringing life. Woo! A free spirit. A rebel. Built and made to be different. Yes. I don't know. Somebody is an artist. You could have a different canvas. You might be called to paint some shit. Artistry is coming through with the music, the craftsmanship, right? And artistic. So you could definitely have an artistic type of spirit. You see things as how they could be. Something that you're going to make, you're going to create. Is something that doesn't exist currently. Innovation. It doesn't exist yet. What is the fear? Nobody's gonna buy it. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. I feel, oh boy, if you make it, they will buy it. If you build it, they will come. This is a space where we're building, right? I feel an affirmation. I feel an affirmation. These are not affirmations, but we're gonna get it because they told us to. You want this one? La. I feel like something is out of place. We're missing something. Where is the affirmations that we are looking for? Did we put them together with something else? We could have, potentially. I do. I feel like they're missing. It's a particular deck that we wanted, but I guess that's not what we supposed to get because they said they want this, so we gonna get it, and then we gonna call it. Thank y'all so much for tapping into the Tears and We Tarot show where you show never know what you're gonna get. My name is Lati. We are a channeled messenger, a spiritual reader, right? So it's not gonna be your average tarot, beloved. It's just not that. But if y'all can stick through the ingredients, let us get this Crisco, that old shit, that cold shit out the can and into the pan. The AO come in and turn the heat up. They get to cooking. Cause shit, we never know what. Somebody miss you. Right? The ingredients come together to make the meal. So we can be spiritually edified. I told you, it's something about your 6-6, your 6-6. Look, you don't want to say that. Intuition. Thank you. Because they wouldn't let me say it. And this is that energy. Somebody gonna knock at your door. This is that energy of, again, seeing through the veil. We were seeing the sixth sense, right? Because that's what we were trying to get to, but they wouldn't let us say it. Change is coming in, and we saw the energy of change. Transformation, evolution. Somebody's definitely evolving. I don't get newborn because you're not new to this, but I feel like your gift is getting deeper. I don't know if this I miss you is another person. It is somebody that misses you, and they could come and knock on your door. I hope it ain't the person that we talked about, because goddamn it, they'll stand on the porch. I'm not playing. Unfinished business. Somebody wants to finish something with you. Something about it not being over. Some sort of baggage. And look, reconcile. Repair something. Cure something. Right? Get an understanding about something. To concede or concession on something. You can handle it how you want to handle it. Take it to the Most High God, take it to the AO, and have them advise you on what you should do. Yeah, noisy sound. I told you it's something about sound. How many times has sound come through? Information, right? Overload. Social media, or something being out of control. If you are clairaudient, you could be getting a lot of information. You could feel overloaded as you go through this evolution. So make sure you're taking care of self. Something that they don't see. Trash. Somebody turned it over. Trash. Oh, that's trash. You don't need it. You don't want it. Good. Copy that. We talked about that. Somebody don't want what you're giving. They want to toss it away as trash. They don't need it. They don't get it. You want this one? This one. Yeah, finances. Finances. Money problems. Work. Right? So somebody could want to come back in and talk to you because they have an issue with money. Money problems. You could become very successful and very fortunate. I told you, somebody could just fucking show up. Uninvited guests. Surprise, accident, a big change, a moment of decision. But I'm really not getting any of this. Uninvited guest is kind of giving me like a negative spirit, right? And we saw that word conjuring. So be careful of people who will conjure things against you, use their words against you, try to send negativity towards you, especially if you don't let them back in. If you don't want to reconcile with this person, then they could send negative energy towards you. The person that's coming to reconcile with you could have a negative entity on them. Their spirit is something with the spirit. Yeah, chew. It's something that they need to fucking chew on. You could have left them chewing on some shit, doing some fucking deep thinking. They may be coming into remembrance. They might be trying to solve a fucking puzzle right now, how to figure out some shit. Yeah, taboo, limit, crime, forbidden love, curiosity. Somebody could be curious, or they could just feel like something about you is taboo. Tarot is definitely taboo. Why is taboo still? I don't fucking know. Because I believe tarot cards was one of the first cards that were ever made, like the playing cards. I think traditionally tarot is the first playing cards. I can look it up and make sure. I don't think it was the regular playing cards that we consider. Are they in here? No. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The spades, the playing cards, Jim Rummy, these. If I'm not mistaken, I think these cards and the tarot cards are related. I believe that tarot is first. I could be wrong. I don't want to call it wrong. So give me grace on that. But I know that tarot cards have been around for a very, very long time. Yeah, from my research, right, it is. Tarot came before playing cards. So it's like, why the fuck is it so damn taboo? I don't know. Because people with spiritual gifts use them as another way to channel the message and to bring more insight. Right? It's to bring deeper levels of insight. And a tarot card is supposed to guide you through your spiritual journey. It's not just like, oh, foresight and premonition, because even though we have foresight and premonition, I could tell you the shit. You might not believe me, but if the card come out to support and validate what we just said, now you heard it and you synced it and you're able to believe it. Oh, shit. God damn, then she just said that and they brought the card out. Like we were talking about, the hero was connected to the warrior, and then the next card we split was the warrior, so I could show you the hero and the warrior together as a couple that we were getting off the first card that showed you two connected in the spirit. That. So if you go back and analyze the fucking messages, you will hear them say the shit, and then you will see them pull a card. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Nothingness is coming through death. Meaninglessness, right? Is given erasure and forgetfulness. Somebody feel like a fucking clown now that this shit is over, you know, and that you nothing somebody. Because then we say Spirit told you 3 times to take their ass to motherfucking zero. Did they say that? Did they pull back the zero card, the divine guidance? We might have stuck it back in the deck. But we damn sure said that Spirit told you to nothing them. To nothing it. Like, how many did you say to give them? 0, 0, negative. Fucking 0. Is it a negative 0? 0 is what they said. Nothing. When you nothing a person, they fucking feel it. Especially if you've been a person and they like to support them, to give them the love and support that they need. They want to reconcile. They want to reconcile. And you have nothing them. Okay? Shit. They said trash. Trash. That shit, what? Take the fucking trash out. As a matter of fact, my gift said the trash got up and walked itself the fuck out. Oh, you don't want what I'm giving? You don't appreciate it? That's not the kind of love you need, right? Ain't that what the fuck you said? You said the love and support and the prayers that I was giving you was trash. I'm gonna take myself the fuck out. I know when it's time for me to go. I know it's time for me to go, and you ain't got to tell me twice. You ain't got to tell me twice. My senses tell me, my intuition said that it's time to get the fuck on, beloved. Shit, okay? We can change, we can move around, and I'm going to do it just to keep the peace. I'm going to do it just to keep the peace. Because me being around you in a situation where I know I'm not wanted, I'm not needed, I'm not valued, it ain't no gratitude, no appreciation, that's going to piss me off. Because I know I'm giving you goodness. That's going to piss me off. And it's going to put me in a place to defend myself. right? Because I'm in a place where I'm going to fight for me. That fire is coming through. I'm going to fuck around and start singing your ass some sweet chin music. Go ahead on. What's his name? Chris Michaels or Kurt Michaels or something? Shawn Michaels, right? Remember he used to play sweet chin music back in the day on the wrestling? Kick your ass in the chops. You get the fuck away from me. So before I lose my shit, I think it's time for me to go to keep the peace, beloved. That's what I'm getting. So before somebody pull you out your square, keep your peace. Yes. See, don't let them pull you out your shit. Just put their ass in the rear view, beloved. The further and further away you move from it, the smaller and smaller that shit get. Until it's nothing. Till you can't even fucking see it. I told you nothing that shit. Nothing it. I love y'all so much. Thank you so much for tapping in and joining us here on the Tears of Week Tarot show, where you show enough never know what you're going to get. Earth is coming through again in the Holy One. So you are a holy being here on Gaia to do something. And it gives to heal, to plant seeds, to bring life, the moon energy, to heal, to feel. Right? And if you are a healer and a feeler, then you've been through some heavy shit. It tuned you, beloved, and it tempered you. Diamond in the rough. You cannot become without going through it. To the next now, I love y'all so much. I do. I love you just like I love me, because it's my capacity. I can't love you any more than I love myself, but it is growing and expanding on a daily. At least 1%. We can do that. It's not big. You know, it's not major, but it makes a big impact. I love you just like I love the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the ending, that called us all to be the infinite intelligence breathing, because the word lives, beloved. And I would never tell you anything different. This one's done. Ashe. Have a great day, beloved.